What's up, Silly Geese? Grab your popcorn because it's time for another Tubi movie marathon. Marvel has been putting out all those what if episodes, like what if Iron Man never existed? What if everybody was zombies? But there's a couple what ifs that I've been wondering for a really long time. And the movie we're watching today answers them all. Like, what if Peter Parker was really hairy? I mean, really hairy. And what if Spider-Man, instead of having a bunch of spider powers and climbing walls, is just made of spaghetti? Cleverly named Spaghetti Man, this movie follows Clark, the, dirty bag-wearing, superhero upcharging, I guess you can call him a vigilante, and his, whole origin story. It's got some killer reviews like Chris, who makes a pretty good point about the state in which you should watch this movie. Also a big fan of this person who just wouldn't put their name on the review, but has one thing to say. All right, enough talk, let's watch. So Clark's just your basic, average, everyday American. He's trying to, show up, clock in, do his 9 to 5, trying to actively steal from his work by taking pieces of pizza, which I'm sure, every probably person in fast food does at some point. But the way he does it is crazy, because he's just taking them out of the boxes that are being delivered to these people and, hoping they don't say anything.
Hey, thank you so much. Ooh.
Hey, there are 2 pieces missing from this pizza.
That is our Pac-Man deal, where we make a whole pizza, we take a couple slices out of it, and it looks like a Pac-Man monster.
No, that's bullshit. I can see the food in your beard from here.
This really sets the stage for I need you all to know he's an awful person. This is not a superhero movie about redemption. This is a superhero movie about an absolute dirtbag.
Disgusting. I'm calling your boss.
No, don't do that. I'll give you a discount on the pizza. $15.
That's what it cost originally.
No, this is a discount. $10 for the pizza, $5 for the tip.
We talk about how she throws and wastes the rest of this pizza. She's the real villain of this movie, because why are you just throwing the rest of this perfectly good pizza? As you can guess, Clark gets fired and he goes back home. And this is where we're gonna meet Dale. Dale's his roommate, and I'm gonna guess that you guys can't guess what Dale's job is.
Hey, Clark, you home early?
Yeah, I got fired.
Oh no, what happened?
Which actually, we later find out, he's not even a cop because he can't pass the academy because he keeps trying to climb the wall and can't do it.
I fail again.
Well, with that attitude, you're gonna.
I just can't get over that wall.
Is that a metaphor for something?
No, it's an actual wall that you have to get over.
Dale takes Clark out to lunch, and we get a little foreshadowing here if you see what Clark's eating. And we also bump into Dale's old academy buddies, who are the worst people on the planet.
Oh! They let you out of the office during the day?
Yeah, what moron stuffing paper into envelopes with you gone?
You get the impression that these are going to be the villains, but you don't see these guys again until the last 5 minutes of the movie. We find out that Dale set up Clark with an interview at a call center, and for the interview, he just does a cold call role play, and I think the dude absolutely crushes it.
Hello, my DVD player is not working. I wondered if you could help me.
Yes, have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
I already tried that.
Oh, maybe you can go grab a hammer and start hitting it.
For whatever reason, he doesn't get the job, so now he's just home, he's sad, he's, lounging around, unemployed, and he decides to heat up a bowl of spaghetti, and it never explains this, but for whatever reason, the leftover bowl of spaghetti is fully radioactive, and this is the origin story. Clark wakes up the next morning, and this is where he kind of finds out that he has powers. And the way that he finds out he has powers is just, I can't personally explain, so I'm just going to show you. It also just makes me so mad, and I don't know why, that this is how he chose to get rid of the spaghetti. He could have just gotten a garbage bag and just put spaghetti. Spaghetti goes in the garbage. It's not an unnatural thing. Clark goes to the doctor, who is convinced that this is like a frat party prank, and really only has one resolution.
Weed. Really good weed.
Not getting the answers he needs, Clark goes home, takes a fully clothed shower, as you do, and then is walking the streets when he encounters a mugging.
What the hell?
Don't do that. No, I'm sorry.
I I love that he just runs away. I can't explain why. I love it. Later that night, Clark bumps into another robbery attempt because this is apparently the most dangerous city in all of the planet. And it's here that he makes a shocking revelation that he can make money off this.
I wish I could repay you.
You can't.
What?
What's in your wallet?
And thus the Spaghetti Man is born. And we just get a long sequence of Clark going around charging different people for different things like stopping carjackings. There's like a kidnapping that he stops if she's willing to give him $60. And there's a dude in a wheelchair who he is like insisting needs to be on the next level. And the dude doesn't even want to go up there, but he's like, I'm saving you. And he's like, I don't need your help. And then he tries to charge him after.
All your friends about this.
No, I'm gonna tell all my friends about how I met a lunatic.
No, you're gonna tell them how you met a hero.
A hero? You're not a hero. Soldiers are heroes. Superman is a hero. You're an asshole.
Clark heads back home and is talking to Dale about his newfound adventures. Now he's punching, he's kicking, he's doing all these things. And this actually hits like a sentimental moment where Dale starts to really confide in Clark about some like just personal like trauma he's going through. And it is immediately interrupted because Clark's on TV.
I'm not mad at you, I'm just, it was May of 1992 when the cancer first struck my dad.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I know.
I'm on TV.
With his newfound money grab, Clark starts, putting out like Craigslist ads on, hey, what do you need? What can I do? Like, he does eventually get a girl who's like got a serious situation that her boyfriend has been kidnapped for some like gambling issues. And he has a new thing that he wants out of people. He wants them to feed him. And you can probably guess what the Spaghetti Man wants fed, right?
Do you have any soup?
Soup?
Yeah, I'd like a soup.
I'm not joking. The only thing we ever see this guy eat again is soup. Clark goes to save the boyfriend, and we get our first like big action sequence of the film where there's punching, there's fighting, there's kicking. We also find out that Spaghetti Man is both bulletproof and stab proof. So he's like also invincible now. He does eventually get the boyfriend back, and he actually tries to upcharge them like upon return.
You know, it was quite a bit harder than I thought it was gonna be.
I cannot thank you enough.
Sure, you could thank me a little more though.
So I'm sure you guys have seen Amazing Spider-Man 3, and when you think of Amazing Spider-Man 3, what do you think of? The iconic dance. And we get our own Spaghetti Man recreation of that dance. After the dance, Clark finds a guy he decides is homeless. The guy's not homeless. He just ran away from home. He is like feeling charitable, so he feeds him spaghetti from inside of him. And we find out this is being filmed. So we have like a night crawler following Spaghetti Man now. And then later that night, Clark is doing another, paid advertisement for himself of stopping a mugging and charging the guy. The guy gets up and runs, but we find out that the cameraman's there. Clark kind of corners the cameraman and is asking him like, hey, are you making money off this? Are you profiting off this? He is, of course. He's selling this to like local news stations, things like that. So Clark decides he needs a piece of that pie. So the dude's double dipping now. They go to a diner to kind of hash out how this is going to work out. And Clark, of course, orders
Soup?
And they actually decide on a clean 50-50 even split. There's also this weird moment where Dale has this like internal monologue, and it's supposed to be like when like the Goblin Mask is talking to Willem Dafoe in Spider-Man, but they just missed that mark completely.
What does that mean? If you want this town to be safe, you have to set them on the right path. I can't. A real hero could.
Clark goes back home, and Dale has drinking all the brewskis, or I guess drank, hey, I'm in Appalachia. Cut me a break here. But they get a little bit of a tiff here, and Dale's really upset that, Clark's not taking this seriously. We get one more Spaghetti Man encounter, and he's starting to work on catchphrases now and tries out,
You've been served, spaghetti.
Flash to another robbery, and this town just has to be the most just soup-filled, crime-filled town on the planet. And there's someone lurking in the shadows who, we can probably think is Spaghetti Man, but it's not. It's Dale. So Dale is like becoming our villain now? Like, who saw that coming? But Clark goes back to the cameraman's house to meet his very, very pregnant wife and have a little snack of
Soup?
He also picks up a ukulele and performs like a song for the not born children.
Can I sing a song to your kids?
Gonna come out and you're gonna look really similar, but you're gonna develop your own identity.
Meanwhile, Dale and his newfound criminal confidant are doing tryouts for people to fight Spaghetti Man. And this is a pretty insignificant scene except for one thing. And they have them like air fight Spaghetti Man and see like what they would do. But there's one guy who in the air fights keeps losing.
Start. This time I attack him. He's grabbed my arm. Right? He puts me down. His knee is on my neck. And he won that one.
With a new slate of goons at the ready to go fight Spaghetti Man, they lay the trap. And the trap is terrible. What they do is they get the guy who earlier Spaghetti Man thought was homeless and gave spaghetti. They find him, and they are going to stage a scene where Spaghetti Man kills this guy. I don't understand it. I don't understand what this scene's for. Why is this what you want to frame? Because Spaghetti Man also just runs away. And the only guy who's been recording him is on his side, so he's not going to post this video. While this is happening, Dale is also setting up his just as stupid plan, where he trashes their apartment and is punching himself in the face to give himself like bruises, to then convince Clark that while he was running away from the cops, all of these people came to their house because they found out where that is, and trashed the place and beat the crap out of Dale. Clark actually buys it, and this is a rare moment where he becomes like a brief good person to an extreme, and he starts taking care of Dale in every way imaginable.
Clark, I can bathe myself.
Don't worry, I got it.
Yeah, that's a scene I never need to see again. He also does hit a resolution where he decides to give up the Spaghetti Man mantle. He's had enough. He can't have this kind of stuff happening to Dale. So he goes and he takes off the jacket with the bullet and stab wound, rips up the mask, and throws away the phone. But as he turns to walk away, the phone starts ringing. It's the cameraman who is in like a panic. Because while Clark was, throwing away his vigilante justice identity, Dale decided to go to the next stage of the plan, which is to kidnap the cameraman's pregnant wife. So he very reluctantly dons the now taped back together bag mask, heads over to the cameraman's house, and they're trying to figure out who did this. When the cameraman says, hey, maybe it's Dale who did this. He's the only other person who knows about both of us and us working together. So he calls Dale in what is the most obscure exchange of a phone call you'll ever hear.
Hello?
Where are we going?
Oh, that'd be good to know, huh?
Yeah, that'd be good to know, Dale.
With the location of our final battle now set, Spaghetti Man heads over to face all of these goons in what is very clearly a karate studio that they've rented out. And I can tell you that they've rented it out for one specific reason. They all have to take off their shoes before they get in. Even Spaghetti Man, when he comes in, visually on camera, takes off his shoes. There's a big final fight where Spaghetti Man takes down all of the final goons except for the other guy who's been working with Dale. And it's this last big battle. And Spaghetti Man loses. He loses very dramatically to the point where he starts to become spaghetti at different points of his body until he's just full spaghetti on the floor. Dale comes rushing out to the scene of the crime in like an attempt to put the spaghetti back together. And, he didn't want this to happen. It turns out what he wanted was for him to become the superhero he always wanted to be. But lucky for him, Spaghetti Man's invincible. He just gets back up, and now he has a new mask. I don't know how that happened, but he has like a new paper bag mask with like actual new like comic book eye holes cut out. As soon as Dale sees this, he hits the dash. He's gone. And we get just a awful chase sequence.
Oh, Dale, you pull up the fire escape, you idiot. Jesus, I got killed and come back to this.
They end up on a roof where Dale really starts to reveal his master plan. His master plan was this: to become a supervillain and have Spaghetti Man fight all of these people, beat up all of these people, defeat the villain, save the girl, save the babies, save his best friend, and to do it all for free. And that was the whole point, was to get him to to do something for free so that he had to be a real superhero now. Clark takes the news so well. And as Dale's spilling out like the final moments of his plan, the the two cops show up. I don't know how they got here. They don't really explain that. And instead of chasing Spaghetti Man, who they think's like this mass vigilante and needs to be stopped, they just start taking pictures with Dale, who is stuck. And it turns out, hey, Dale's going to prison now. Spaghetti Man comes back down to the cameraman and his wife, and they get in the car to ride away victoriously into the sunset. But he makes a point to say he's not done charging people for saving their lives and stopping crimes. So there's no character resolution here at all. He's the exact same person at the beginning as he is at the end. And that's the end of the movie. Spaghetti credits roll. And guys, that's Spaghetti Man. I personally think he should be in the MCU next. Like in Doomsday, he should make an appearance. We need to see more Spaghetti Man in our lives. But please let me know what you guys thought of this video. I'd love to keep making content like this. Just to be really transparent, my goal is for this to become my full-time job, is to be entertaining you guys with silly little videos like this. But until next time, please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you later, Silly Geese.